You ever notice how the girl you want the most is always the one who feels just out of reach? Yeah, there's that quiet little ache in your chest when her name pops up on your phone. Or worse, when it doesn't. And tonight, wherever you are, you're probably sitting there with that same tightening in your stomach, wondering what invisible thing you're missing, what silent test you failed, and why she can look at you, really look at you, and still not feel the same way. Let's talk about that. But let's talk about it honestly. This isn't a neat little motivational speech. This is the messy version, the real version, the one most men keep locked up behind a tight jaw and a forced smile. So picture this, you're with her. Maybe it's a late afternoon, golden light coming through the window, hitting her hair in that way that makes you forget whatever the hell you were talking about. She laughs at something tiny, something stupid, and you feel that punch in your chest. And in that split second, you're gone. You're done. You're already picturing the two of you walking down some street together years from now, fingers interlocked, heart calm for once. But she's not picturing that. Not yet. Maybe not ever. You feel it. She talks to you. Kindly. Warmly. But there's this space, this invisible inch between you that no amount of trying seems to close. And you can't help thinking, what am I doing wrong? Why doesn't she want me the way I want her? You start rehearsing texts before sending them. You start timing your replies. You start replaying conversations in your head like some detective looking for a clue you missed. And deep down, you already know the truth. Here's the part nobody tells you. Attraction isn't a transaction. It's not built by effort. It's not earned like a paycheck. You don't get the girl because you tried harder. If anything, trying too hard is exactly what pushes her away, because when you want someone more than you want yourself, you start to disappear. Your edges blur. Your voice softens. Your opinions shrink. You play it safe. You hide your flaws. You become this cautiously edited version of yourself. And she feels it. Women feel when a man sacrifices his center to orbit around them. She doesn't want a satellite. She wants a star, bright on its own, with or without her. It's not that she's cold, or unkind, or blind to what you're offering. It's that deep in her psychology. She's wired to respond to a man who's rooted in purpose, in confidence, in direction, not a man who's rearranging his entire spirit just to be chosen. And the cruel truth? Desire isn't logical. If it were, she'd want you for all the reasons you think make you good enough. But attraction comes from something deeper, from how she feels around you, not from what you can provide. Let me tell you a story. There was a guy, I'll call him Aaron. Smart, steady, genuinely kind. He fell for this girl, Mia, the soft-spoken, book-loving type with this half-smile that could quiet a room. He treated her well, listened to her, showed up, did everything right. And still, she hesitated. One night, they were walking back from a small cafe. He finally asked her, voice tight, "Why not me? I'm here. I'm trying." She stopped, tucked her hair behind her ear, and said something that gutted him. "You're safe, you're comfortable, but when I'm with you, I don't feel pulled toward anything. You're here for me, but I don't feel you're here for yourself." That was it. That was the moment it hit him. She didn't reject him because he lacked value. She rejected him because he had placed all of that value in her hands instead of carrying it in himself. And maybe that's you right now. Maybe she doesn't want you back because the version of you she sees is a version that's waiting to be chosen before he chooses himself. She doesn't want the man who texts back instantly because he's afraid to lose his shot. She wants the man who texts back when he's done doing what matters to him, the man who's in motion, the man who isn't afraid of silence or distance or the risk of losing someone. She wants the man who knows who he is even when nobody is watching. And here's the part you need to hear. Rejection isn't proof that you're not enough. It's proof that you were trying to be something for her instead of being yourself regardless of her. You don't win someone's heart by climbing inside their shadow. You win it by standing in your own light. So why doesn't the girl you want you back? Because somewhere along the way, you made her the destination instead of inviting her along for the ride. Because you cared more about holding on than about being whole. Because she saw the potential in you. But she also saw that you weren't seeing it in yourself. And I promise you this, the moment you stop chasing, The moment you stop bending, the moment you stop hiding the sharper edges of who you are, you won't have to convince anyone to want you back. Some will drift away, some will step closer, and one real woman will look at you with that quiet recognition, like she finally found what she didn't even know she was looking for. But all of that starts with you, choosing you. Not her, not anyone else, just you. Take a breath, let it settle, and walk forward. She wasn't the destination. She was just the chapter that led you back to yourself.